In this video, we're exploring 11 Canadian towns that are currently grappling with a significant influx of visitors. From the stunning landscapes of Banff and Jasper in Alberta to the charming streets of Quebec City and the coastal beauty of Tofino, these destinations have seen a surge in popularity that brings both opportunities and challenges. Join us as we uncover how these towns are managing the pressures of tourism and what that means for both local residents and visitors alike. 1. Banff, Alberta. Banff is a place most people dream of visiting, and lately, it feels like everyone is actually showing up. In 2024, Banff National Park welcomed over 4 million visitors, according to data from the Canadian Parks and Wilderness Society. The town's small size means its streets and trails can feel packed to the brim, especially during summer and winter holidays. Local shops and restaurants appreciate the booming business, but they also report difficulty keeping up with demand and worry about losing the cozy, small-town feel. Because of the crush, Banff has started capping the number of visitors allowed in certain hotspots during peak times. This move aims to keep both locals and tourists happier, but it's also sparked debates about who gets to enjoy the park and when. Environmental groups have voiced concerns about the toll all those extra footsteps take on fragile mountain ecosystems. Even simple things like parking or booking a hotel room can turn into a stressful competition during the busiest weeks. 2. Whistler, British Columbia. Whistler has long been a magnet for skiers, mountain bikers, and outdoor enthusiasts, and the crowds just keep getting bigger. In the 2023-2024 season, tourism authorities reported over 3 million visitors, nearly 3 times the town's population on any given day. This surge has clogged up roads and filled public buses, making it tough for both locals and visitors to get around. To fight the gridlock, Whistler's local government rolled out new shuttle services in 2024, hoping to cut down on car traffic in the village core. Hotels and resorts have been fully booked for months in advance, which is great for business but tricky for anyone looking for a last-minute getaway. Residents often say they feel squeezed by the constant churn of people, and some even avoid the busiest parts of town altogether. The municipality is trying to nudge visitors toward off-peak times, but so far, the busiest weekends still see long lines at lifts, restaurants, and stores. The challenge is finding a way to keep the economy healthy without letting the crowds take over. 3. Victoria, British Columbia. Victoria, perched on the southern tip of Vancouver Island, has seen an explosion in tourism thanks to its gentle climate and historic charm. Over 1 million cruise ship passengers swept through its harbors in 2023, stretching the city's resources to their limits. Streets around the inner harbor and downtown are often jammed with tour groups, especially when multiple ships dock at once. In response, city leaders introduced a sustainable tourism strategy, focused on protecting what makes Victoria special while managing the crowds. By 2024, new visitor management systems were in place to help spread tourists out and avoid overwhelming the most popular spots. Still, some locals feel their daily routines are being interrupted, and housing costs have ticked upwards as short-term rentals eat into the supply. The city is working with businesses and residents to find solutions, but the debate over how much tourism is too much continues. 4. Jasper, Alberta. Jasper National Park is one of Canada's wildest gems, but the tiny town of Jasper is struggling to keep up as more people discover its beauty. Annual visitor numbers hit 2.5 million in 2024, and hotel occupancy spiked to 95% during peak weekends, according to municipal data. With limited places to stay, visitors have started booking accommodations months ahead, making spontaneous trips nearly impossible. The town has responded by introducing reservation systems for popular hikes and attractions, trying to spread out the crowds and protect the fragile ecosystem. Environmentalists have pushed for even stricter controls, warning that too many visitors could damage the park's delicate balance. Locals worry that the influx is changing the town's laid-back vibe and making it harder to enjoy their own backyard. The government is encouraging people to visit during quieter months, but the summer crush remains a big issue. 5. Niagara-on-the-Lake, Ontario. Niagara-on-the-Lake is famous for its wineries, theater, and historic sites, and in recent years, it's felt like everyone wants a taste. The town saw over 1.5 million visitors in 2024, which has meant packed parking lots and jammed main streets, especially on sunny weekends. The surge in cars prompted the introduction of a new parking management plan in 2024, but finding a spot during peak season can still be a headache. Local residents have started voicing concerns about noise, traffic, and losing the peaceful character that drew them there in the first place. At the same time, local businesses thrive thanks to the steady flow of customers, so opinions are divided. The Niagara Parks Commission has been hosting community meetings to discuss how to keep the town welcoming for both visitors and locals. There's a growing push for sustainable tourism, with an emphasis on protecting heritage sites while still offering a warm welcome. 6. Quebec City. Quebec City is a UNESCO World Heritage Jewel, but its beauty has become its burden. Visitor numbers topped 4 million in 2023, and crowds in the Old Town sometimes made the cobblestone streets nearly impossible to navigate. City officials introduced a timed entry system for key attractions in 2024, hoping to prevent bottlenecks and keep the experience enjoyable for everyone. Infrastructure upgrades are underway, with improvements to sidewalks, signage, and public transit designed to handle the influx. Still, many residents worry that the city's unique charm is being overshadowed by the constant presence of tourists. Discussions about how to balance economic gain with quality of life are now a regular feature at city council meetings. The hope is that by spreading visitors out and investing in smart solutions, Quebec City can stay both lively and livable. 7. St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador Street. John's has been discovered by travelers looking for colorful row houses, dramatic cliffs, and a vibrant arts scene. In 2024, the city hosted over 800,000 visitors, a huge number given its relatively small population. The rush is creating headaches for public services, with increased demand for transit, waste management, and emergency response. City leaders responded with a new tourism strategy that puts sustainability and local voices at the forefront. Efforts are underway to expand public transportation and encourage tourists to explore areas outside the downtown core. Locals worry about housing affordability, as short-term rentals and rising prices put pressure on the market. Community engagement is central to the city's plans, with regular forums to gather feedback and adjust policies as needed. The goal is to ensure that tourism helps, rather than harms, St. John's distinctive way of life. 8. Tofino, British Columbia. Tofino has become a must-see for surfers, hikers, and anyone looking to escape into nature, but its small-town infrastructure is feeling the strain. Over 1 million visitors made the trek in 2023, and with only around 2,000 full-time residents, the impact is hard to miss. Hotels and rental cabins are often booked solid months in advance, leaving some would-be tourists out of luck. The rush has led to parking shortages, long restaurant waits, and crowded beaches, problems the town is trying to address with a visitor management plan launched in 2024. Officials are also encouraging responsible tourism, urging visitors to tread lightly and respect the environment. Enhancements to public transit are in the works, aiming to cut down on car traffic and make it easier for everyone to get around. The pressure to balance tourism's benefits with environmental protection is a constant theme in local debates. 9. Canmore, Alberta. Just a short drive from Banff, Canmore has seen its own tourism boom, with visitor numbers crossing the 1 million mark in 2024. The town's popularity as an alternative to crowded Banff has led to traffic jams and stretched public facilities. In response, local leaders crafted a visitor management strategy focused on spreading out crowds and promoting off-peak visits. Improved transit options and better signage are part of the plan, but residents say more needs to be done to prevent the town from losing its character. Businesses are working with officials to enhance the visitor experience without sacrificing what makes Canmore special. The debate often centers on how to keep the town livable while still welcoming newcomers. Sustainable tourism practices are becoming more common, with an emphasis on education and community involvement. 10. Mont-Tremblant, Quebec. Mont-Tremblant draws tourists all year long, with ski season bringing especially dense crowds. Visitor counts in 2024 topped 2 million, and local officials reported that parking lots and shuttle buses filled up fast on busy weekends. To tackle congestion, the town launched a new transportation plan featuring expanded shuttles and improved pedestrian routes. Residents have raised alarms about the impact of all these visitors on local infrastructure, from road maintenance to emergency services. The municipality is working to strike a balance, promoting sustainable tourism and encouraging visitors to explore beyond the main resort area. Businesses love the steady flow of customers, but some locals say the constant activity is exhausting. The challenge is to keep the energy high without burning out the community. 11. Halifax, Nova Scotia. Halifax is buzzing with life, thanks in part to a surge in visitors. Over 1.2 million in 2023, based on Tourism Statistics Canada data. The city's rich maritime history, lively waterfront, and cultural festivals make it a popular stop for travelers of all ages. The influx has put new demands on public transit, waste services, and affordable housing, prompting city officials to rethink their tourism strategy. In 2024, Halifax rolled out new initiatives aimed at spreading tourism benefits across more neighborhoods and encouraging off-season travel. Residents have voiced concerns about rising rents and the loss of community feel in some parts of the city. The government is working closely with business owners and neighborhood groups to find a path forward that keeps Halifax welcoming and vibrant. The push for sustainable, community-focused tourism remains a top priority as the city adapts to its new popularity.